Hafide and Biba Betness, welcome to the Office of the Governor of Guam. We're delighted to have you here with us to proclaim November 9 to November 15, 2025 as National Nurse Practitioner Week. Before we begin, of course, I want to welcome the Honorable Joshua F. Tenorio, Acting Governor of Guam. Let's give him a round of applause. We also have our Acting Lieutenant Governor of Guam, Frank Blas Jr., Dr. Neoma Lewis, Psychiatric Mental Health Nurse Practitioner, Associate Director for Mental Health Services, U.S. Naval Hospital, Guam. Half a day. Welcome to the Office of the Governor. Dr. Suzanne Lobaton, Family Nurse Practitioner, Supervisor and Occupational Health Nurse, U.S. Naval Hospital, Guam. Half a day. Dr. Kevin Hitosis, Geriatric Nurse Practitioner, VA Home-Based Primary Care. I always mess that up every year. Thank you so much, Dr. Kevin. Also want to welcome Dr. Rodora Cruz, American Medical Center, and MP Teo Cruz, Guam Public Health. Half a day. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and give the floor to Dr. Kevin for his remarks.
Thank you, Crystal. Good afternoon, Honorable Josh Tenorio, and Honorable Frank Blas, and esteemed colleagues. Today we celebrate National Nurse Practitioner Week to recognize your selfless dedication and tireless efforts, and to thank you for your passion for healthcare in Guam. I've worked in Guam for about 21 years and have served this community as a nurse practitioner, witnessing the resilience of our people and the evolution of island healthcare. From remote villages to busy clinics, nurse practitioners have been on the forefront, providing compassionate care to our families, elders, and children. We are more than healthcare providers. We are neighbors, listeners, and advocates. We bridge gaps in access and ensure quality healthcare that is a right for every resident of Guam. I'm hopeful for our future, expanded scope of practice, telehealth growth, and increased collaboration promised for affordable, accessible care across our island, a Guam where no one travels off island for basic care and preventative services that are within everyone's reach. Today's proclamation recognizes nurse practitioners and commits to the future of healthcare in Guam, a future we build together. Thank you.
Thank you, Doc. I now want to give the floor to our Acting Lieutenant Governor.
Thank you very much. Kind of surprised there. So first off, thank you very much. I'm honored to be here to help to celebrate National Nurses Celebration. As we had talked earlier, nursing is close to home in my family. My mother is a retired nurse, and I would be remiss and if I would be in trouble if I wasn't here. Okay. But more so, I want to be able to represent the thousands of patients and people who actually look to you. I'm one of them, and so I'm going to speak from experience. Okay, I've been one of those patients who would talk to the doctor and wait for the doctors to come into the room and basically give me the prognosis or the diagnosis of what I have. And then when he leaves, because he's off to see another patient, I wait for my nurse to come and says, "Can you just tell me what he just said? Can you give me the reassurance that I need, that I'm getting the best health care possible?" So with that, it takes a lot. I know it doesn't. I've seen it firsthand for many years with my mother. And I want to say thank you very much for your continued service, for what you want to be able to do, and for being that heart and that hand and that voice and the reassurance to the many patients that look to you, to find out if the doctor's telling the truth. Okay? I know I'm going to get in trouble by my doctor friends, but you know what? That's fine. Thank you very much. Yes.
And now to our Acting Governor, the Honorable Josh Tenorio.
Thank you. And of course, Mrs. Blas is a nurse leader, and she mentored so many nurses in the profession. I know Kevin knows this because, and many of you, because of your involvement also in the Guam Nurses Association, along with Teo's mom also. But I think nurse practitioners are perfect example of how the practice has evolved. and I recognize the additional time you've taken to invest in your professional careers, but also the expense that you burdened in order to get your credentials as a nurse practitioner. The expanded scope of practice also is quite exciting. As you pointed out, Kevin, bridging access. The reality is that we have growing populations, but less medical professionals to rely on. In our environment, our island has high incidences of non-communicable diseases. We have, where unfortunately one of the most profitable books of businesses is dialysis, which is a terrible reflection, but also pivots into why we need to focus on having excellent professionals, not only in the private sector, but in the government and also in the educational setting, because we need to grow and expand the talent that we have to help our people. Both the acting Lieutenant Governor Speaker Frank Blas and I, we're very much united in our support for the nursing profession, and in particular for nurse practitioners. As nurse leaders and mentors to other nurses, I think it's excellent pathway, and I'm just grateful that you've all decided to assume this. It isn't easy, I realize, and I just want to thank you for the time that you spend with your patients away from your families and home. I realize that it's a sacrifice that you're making for all of us patients. So, Biba Nurse Practitioners Week. Thank you.
Viva! Thank you so much, Acting Governor. I now want to give the floor to Dr. Neoma Lewis, psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner, for the reading of the proclamation.
A proclamation of the governor proclaiming November 9 to November 15, 2025 as National Nurse Practitioner Week. Whereas nurse practitioners have served a critical role as trusted healthcare providers for decades. Whereas nurse practitioners work to expand healthcare access in communities across our state, promote health equity, and improve health outcomes for all. Whereas patients depend on more than 431,000 licensed nurse practitioners in the United States to diagnose, manage, and treat chronic health and acute healthcare conditions. Whereas nurse practitioners provide high-quality primary, acute, and specialty healthcare services while emphasizing health promotion, disease prevention, health education, and counseling, partnering with patients to improve their health. Whereas the confidence that patients have in a nurse practitioner delivered healthcare is evidenced by more than 1 billion visits made annually to nurse practitioners across the country. Whereas more than 5 decades of research demonstrate the high quality of care provided by nurse practitioners. Whereas better utilization of nurse practitioners through modernized state laws and improved policies create better health through a more accessible, efficient, cost-effective, and higher quality healthcare system. Whereas more than half the nation, including 27 states, the District of Columbia, Guam, and the Northern Mariana Islands, has adopted full practice authority legislation offering patients full and direct access to the outstanding care provided by nurse practitioners. Whereas leading governmental and policy entities, including the National Academy of Medicine, National Council of State Boards of Nursing, National Governors Association, and Federal Trade Commission, have taken notice of the benefits of providing patients full and direct access to nurse practitioner delivered care. And whereas as we celebrate National Nurse Practitioner Week, we honor the hardworking individuals who work tirelessly to prioritize the quality of care for all our island residents so that they may lead fulfilling and healthy lives. Thank you.
Now, therefore, I, Joshua F. Tenorio, Aktu Maget Lahing, Acting Governor of Guam, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Organic Act of Guam as amended, do hereby proclaim November 9th to November 15th, 2025 as National Nurse Practitioner Week.
In witness whereof, I, Frank Blas Jr., Acto Segundo Magalahinguahan, Acting Lieutenant Governor of Guam, hereby, together with the Acto Magalahinguahan, cause the Great Seal of Guam to be affixed in the capital village of Agana on the 7th day of November in the year of our Lord, Anno Domini, 2025.
Viva nurse practitioners. Yes, I'd like, well, you can be our friends in the corner can come up and stand behind our governor and our acting lieutenant governor. Anton will take our group photo. Nice intimate group. I also wanted to let you know that this is live streaming on Governor's YouTube channel for our friends who couldn't join us, and we also will share this photo album with you.